Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. You know, they say children are our future unless we stop them now. Just kidding. Joining us on the couch this morning, we have Michelle Hartle. She is the Executive Director of Mountain Youth, which is doing so much in our community to help our local youth get ready for the rest of their lives. So, Michelle, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Ross.
Mountain Youth is an awesome organization, and can you tell us a little bit about the mission and what you guys are working on?
Sure. So we are proud to have been existing in the community since 2001, so we've been here a little while, always with a focus on serving kids and then those that support them, so families, teachers, coaches, etc. We try to make sure that they have the skills and supports they need to be healthy and safe. And a variety of different programs to make that happen.
Yeah, and so you mentioned these programs, they kind of hit different age groups, but what are some of these programs that are available for kids?
Sure. So we do a lot around youth leadership and advocacy. That started with high schoolers, and then we brought that down to the middle school population a few years ago. For those programs, which we call Valley's Voice, we really put all the decision making in the hands of the students. So we use the phrase, nothing about us without us. We see our adult staff as supporters and really helping those students make happen whatever their vision and their goals are. So they plan different projects that impact their peers. They plan healthy free events all year long, especially in the summer. And with that area of our work, we are looking to expand into the 18 to 25-year-old population.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, you never really grow up. So that 18 to 25 is still a kid at heart sometimes.
Totally.
So this is available across the county, right? Across multiple schools. Like who can join you guys, and who are you kind of looking to add to Mountain?
Anybody can get involved with Valley's Voice. So again, middle school through now up to age 25. One of my favorite pieces of feedback we hear from students is that it's a unique environment for kids to come together no matter what school they go to and work on something in a united manner. So they're not competing against each other like sports or other activities that are more school or town based.
Right. And how can people get involved? Like, is it a website? Is it a phone call? How can people get involved?
So we have all of our programs on our website at mountainyouth.org. We also learned a few years back that in order to make the most impact with students, it takes working with that whole ecosystem. So making sure we're engaging parents, caregivers, families. And so we do also offer a variety of free bilingual family education programs. And the most popular ones are called Eat Chat Connect, Move Chat Connect. We have a Spanish series called Aprendiendo Juntos. And we bring in speakers, authors, local experts for folks to learn together. One thing we found really neat is to really encourage parents to bring their kids with them so that they're learning together.
Awesome.
So it's much more effective than, mom, dad coming home and being like, I learned today that we should do things differently.
Right.
So they're exploring new ideas and new structures at home together.
That's awesome. So it really does. I mean, it takes a village, right? Everyone's getting involved in the community to help out. And then there's also events that you guys do, right, to bring people together. Last night was one, and you have some coming up. Can you tell us what some of these events are?
Sure.
And they're fun, right?
They are. Yeah, we try really hard to offer fun, free events. We know that connection is so important, especially these days where we're combating isolation and supporting mental health. Last night we held a free art event at Dewey Dabbles for any of the students that we work with, and they had a lot of fun. It was pottery painting, and really it was reconnecting with each other and talking about life and in an unstructured, fun manner. Other events we have, tomorrow night we have a Move Chat Connect down at the Eagle Ice Rink. So Mountain Rec's been generous in offering that space. The last time we held that free ice skating event down there, we had about 200 people come out. So all ages, skates can be provided for free. We have free meal. And then interpretation of some kind of light breathing and movement exercises.
That's awesome, right? Yeah, get together and do a little physical activity, get some ice skating in, maybe a little dinner together. That sounds a lot of fun. So that's tomorrow, and then anything else coming up? I know in April we got some events as well.
We do. So we have events going on all the time. A big one I'd love to highlight, we do an annual fundraising event called Forging Futures, and we're working with Vail Resorts again on that. They're hosting us at Citria up in Beaver Creek, right next to the ice rink. And this is the only event that we do have ticketing for. The support that we garner through sponsorships and ticket sales allows us to keep all the rest of our community programming throughout the year.
Awesome.
And we're super excited. We're going to have a speaker up from the CU Anschutz Depression Center. She's going to talk about stress and self-care. We thought that would be a topic that everybody can use to learn a little bit more about. And not just, the negatives of stress and how to prevent it and how to deal with it, but there are some positive aspects of stress when we think back to, early stages of human evolution and why we kind of can use some of those factors to our benefit.
Definitely. And I'm a little removed from my youth here, but what are today's youth, especially in our county, what are the challenges they're facing? And I'm sure some people think they're facing them alone, but our whole community is kind of tackling these challenges.
Totally.
But what are kids kind of facing these days?
Well, I'll speak from two perspectives. At Mountain Youth, we do a lot of youth behavioral data collection. So we're just seeing the early results from the last Healthy Kids Colorado survey, which is a big data set here. We collected that information in all the local middle and high schools back in January. And then I'll also speak from the standpoint of really listening to young people. We bring them together and we want to hear from them continuously on what they're seeing, what sort of supports they think their peers should have. And so a couple of the areas that have come up over the past few years that we are tackling and the young people we work with are tackling are certainly mental health. And so with that connection, healthy opportunities to be outside, to be moving, and again, to be connected, to have solid relationships. Substance use prevention. Yep. We are here in this community where a lot of people are excited about that party lifestyle. And so we want to be conscientious about what we're modeling for our kids and what our community norms are. And make sure that there are, events that aren't showcasing drugs and alcohol as a primary component.
Yeah. So a lot of similar things that have been around for years, right?
Totally.
Just always tackling them. And then with Mountain Youth, the 18 to 25 year range, what are you guys doing there?
Yeah, so this is something that's been on our radar for a few years. We are just now securing some resources to start really paying attention. So Eagle County has provided some support to Mountain Youth. Our first year, we're really spending, as is our typical model, listening to that population.
Awesome.
So we're doing a big survey right now. It's open for another week or two where we are trying to call out from that 18 to 25 population, what are you excited about in our community? What do you need? Where are gaps in resources? What would you like to see more of? And then with that information and with leaders in that age population, we will start to build programming. Awesome. Right now, we're seeing some needs around more recreation. We do have, people come to this community as a recreation mecca. Right. However, sometimes affordable and accessible sports are hard to find, especially if you're new to the community and just kind of want to drop in. And then also volunteering. We have so many nonprofits that need support in this community, and so we want to pay attention to how we can connect, especially those young adults, to meaningful ways to give back.
Definitely. And then there's so much, that's all fun stuff. There's also the important work about mental health. There's some stuff about safe driving, right? So the expanse and reach you guys have is amazing. Anything else? I'm sure there's a ton more, right?
Yeah. I mean, we always are trying to keep a pulse on what's going on with kids and with families, and then those others that are supporting those populations. So we are also looking at different policies. I mean, this might not be as cool or engaging sounding as some of our other areas of work, but we are really grateful to get to work with elected officials and event planners around kind of laws, norms, processes, supports. You mentioned safe driving. That's an area that we pay attention to. We want to make sure we have good transportation systems and options so people can move around safely, and that people are informed on consequences, and hopefully that there's incentives around for healthy behaviors.
For sure. I know kind of November, end of year's that kind of giving time, but you can give year round.
Oh yeah.
I just did my taxes, and there's always that question, how much did you donate, which I'm always proud to put a number in. So definitely if you're considering it, get your kids or your parents involved in Mountain Youth. If you don't have kids, maybe consider donating or volunteering. Michelle, is there anything else people could do?
Check out what we have going on at mountainyouth.org. We've got tickets for Forging Futures. We got our events calendar with all sorts of kids and family opportunities coming up. And yeah, we're always looking for volunteers. Donations are welcome. Every time of year is a great time to give. Please check us out at mountainyouth.org.
Mountainyouth.org, and also get down to the Eagle Ice Rink tomorrow and enjoy a good evening with Mountain Youth. Michelle, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
And
you.
thanks so much for all you do with Mountain Youth. It really is one of the things that makes our community so awesome. So
Appreciate
thank you
that.
for that. And please stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.